The chemistry between Harley Quinn and the Joker is just amazing. It's just such a great movie. I know, no one understands why it's an amazing movie. This is like Oscar. It should have won all the Oscars, and Batman's honestly. In it too. I mean, how can you even argue with that? Such a great movie. Oh my gosh. That's weird. It's getting, do you feel that? It's getting cold all of a sudden. No! No, not the prequels!
Welcome back to Steal the Show. I know that in my absence there's been absolutely no content on the channel for the past couple of months, but we're finally back at it. I think me and Sam are really ready to give you guys some great quality content once again.
Sound effect!
Hey, welcome to Steal the Show's best, goodest, baddest, and worst movies of 2017. Instead of doing traditional top 10s this year, we're just gonna kind of split them up into 4 categories. The great, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Ooh. Okay, so first up on my list, I have Split.
Okay.
I think we saw it together.
Yeah.
I don't know. James McAvoy in this is just amazing. Like, I don't know how he isn't getting nominated for an Oscar, but he plays 24 distinct personalities, and it's just an amazing thriller. Plain amazing.
Yeah, the twist at the end. It's unfortunate that this came out in January, because otherwise I think McAvoy would be getting more of the Oscar attention. Definitely deserves it. It's a great performance and a really good movie.
Definitely.
This one you might not agree with entirely. I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think this movie upped practically everything from the first movie. You got a better villain, a lot more character stuff. All the character interactions I think are great, and that's what makes this movie better than the first one in my mind. The action is just as good. The special effects are also just as good. I think it's a great space romp.
Definitely think it's a good movie for sure. But what I found, I rewatched it, and I found like a lot of the first half was a lot slower than I remembered, but it definitely has an emotional impact on me. At the end, I found myself like little
man tears.
Little man tears there. Next up, I have the Lego Batman movie. Heck yeah, you know I couldn't go through this list without a Batman movie. Probably one of the better superhero movies this year. I didn't think it was that great when I originally saw it. I was like, this is a solid movie. I rewatched it at home, and there's a lot of jokes in there that definitely went over my head. In the movie theater, I didn't catch the first time. They mock every single iteration of Batman, and it's just hilarious.
It's a great movie, I agree. Probably the best DC movie of the year. Maybe one of the better Batman movies ever made, honestly. I mean, it fires on all cylinders, and I just don't have it on my grades because I think it drags towards the middle. Maybe I should rewatch it, who knows.
You definitely should.
Right, I have Blade Runner 2049. Did you not see this?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was gonna watch it, but I saw it was like 3 hours, and I was like, I don't have time for this yet.
Yeah.
Because, I want to sit down and enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the only issue, I think, is that it is 3 hours, and I think that seeing it in the theater was probably the best way to do it, because then you're in total silence, total darkness for the whole 3 hours. But it's still a great movie if you've got time and want to be just immersed in this sci-fi world. It's really good. I don't know how to describe it other than go watch it, and it's good.
Next up, it's a movie that you didn't see. It's a little movie called The Big Sick.
Oh, that's right.
This is a great movie. If you have Amazon Prime, anyone, definitely go watch this movie. This is a great comedy. Pulls at the heartstrings. I usually don't like romantic comedies, but damn, this is a good one. But it's definitely just a great movie you need to go see.
I'll think about it. That same sort of train, movies we didn't see, I have The Disaster Artist, True Story of The Room, and Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah.
God, the Franco brothers in this are phenomenal. I already really liked them as actors, and they do really good jobs with their roles as Greg and Tommy. Especially James Franco plays quite a complex real-life character, and he plays him really well, and it's amazing. The dude's just a complete mystery. Nobody knows about it. Nobody knows anything about it. It's a hilarious movie, and it's a good drama. Worth watching, especially if you've seen The Room. Probably makes it better.
Haven't seen that movie. I really wish I did. That was one of the movies that I extremely regret not seeing, but I will someday get around to it.
Probably also my favorite movie-going experience of the year.
Next, I have War for the Planet of the Apes. This one, when I watched this movie, my mind was blown about how much non-human of a story this is, but how human of a story it was. Yeah, I shed a little tears. I shed a little tears at one point. Not even the ending. It was like in the middle, which was weird.
Towards the beginning, I think.
Towards the beginning, yeah, but great movie.
It was a great finale to the trilogy. I was a little let down when I first saw it because I thought there was going to be more war, because that's in the title. But I think after thinking about it more, it's still a great movie. It's more like the darker parts of war, not the battleground or whatever. But yeah, definitely emotionally satisfying, great story, great film. Get Out was it was good. It was a great horror thriller, great political sort of movie. Although I would say most great horror movies are sort of political, so it's fantastic. I don't know that there's much else that needs to be said about it that hasn't been said already. It's getting the award nominations that it deserves, which is phenomenal. It's awesome. Jordan Peele does a great job. All the actors are great. It's a movie that makes you think, and I think that's why I liked it so much.
Yeah, Jordan Peele did a great job with this movie, definitely. He does a great job of handling the horror aspects, kind of the tension building, and also the comedic relief. This movie was
great.
Funny, too. Probably maybe unintentionally at points, but definitely handles everything very well.
It's not to say it was a comedy, because it's being nominated as a comedy, which was a little weird. It's definitely not, but...
It's a horromedy.
Yeah, horromedy.
New genre.
Wow.
Of course, I gotta have on my list Logan.
Alright, that was my next one.
Logan, it got me teary-eyed at the end. Okay, let me preface this a little bit. I don't really hate, but I strongly dislike most of the X-Men movie. I've never been a fan, and never really engaged, really. But this movie turned me around. Logan is goddamn amazing. Just the amount of human that's in this story is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I fully agree. I never really liked the X-Men movies either. I think Days of Future Past is the only one I really like, and that one's got Wolverine at the center, so serious connection there. But this movie is, even without the superhero aspect, it's just a really well-made movie, and definitely one of the better superhero movies of all time. Next, I have my top movie of the year, which you didn't see. It Comes at Night. A supremely underrated movie. It's a really tense story. It's kind of a short movie if I remember right. I think maybe an hour and a half, but it's very punchy. There's no slow moments. It's like a slow build horror, and not with any horror monsters or anything like that. It's more like just a psychological horror thriller, and I think a lot of people misinterpreted it, but it really is a great movie, and if you saw it and didn't like it, you might want to watch it again under a different lens, because it's so well made and it just tells a heart-wrenching story.
Yeah, I've only heard good things about this movie.
It is. Don't let people tell you otherwise. They didn't understand it.
Second to last here, I think it's on both of our lists here, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes.
This is a phenomenal movie, definitely one of the greatest Spider-Man movies.
Or the greatest? Maybe. Up for debate.
Just a great blockbuster even, and a great movie. I even found myself, there's one scene at the end where I was like, damn, this hurts my heart. Marvel movies recently have been getting a little on my nerve, just because, there's so many of them and they're all kind of the same big explosion type stuff, but, this brought it back to the ground level and made me enjoy it.
Yeah, I think a big part of that is Michael Keaton as the Vulture. It was great. I think best Marvel villain of the year. And he's up there with Loki for my best of all time. Brings a lot to the movie, and I do think that this is on par with the original Spider-Man for the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Spider-Man 2.
No. So I have a part of a movie. I think most of The Last Jedi is a great movie. I know there's large chunks, maybe a 30-minute chunk in the middle, that is far from great. But I think a lot of the twists and turns and a lot of the very creative stuff that they do with this movie does warrant it being placed at least partially on this list for me.
I'd put part of it in there. I'd put the beginning and the end in there.
Okay.
The entire middle part, the entire subplot is gone. They could have cut that off.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Everyone's heard it, you know. You could cut that out and it'd be a better movie overall, not change anything.
Totally.
I'm thinking about going to go see it again and go for the bathroom break. You know, with
Ooh,
I feel like that would add to the
good
experience.
strategy.
Last up, I have Baby Driver.
Ooh, okay.
Why isn't this on your great list, Steele?
Look, I was a little underwhelmed, not gonna lie. It's still a great movie, I agree. I just didn't put it on this list because I don't think it's as great as the other movies that I have on the list. It is great. It's well made. The editing is fantastic. It just doesn't reach those heights for me.
Okay.
Sorry.
See, it didn't really, reach that level until I saw the behind-the-scenes commentary. If you haven't seen it and you've seen Baby Driver, definitely go watch the behind-the-scenes. How they made the sound in this movie is amazing. And then you go back and rewatch the movie and you notice 1,000 things that you'd never seen before when watching it. It's just like a whole different experience when you watch it after the behind-the-scenes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Sorry to stop you on the way out like that, but, we forgot a movie on here. How dare we? We forgot Dunkirk. Great movie, visually stunning, and you know what? We'll just put it right there. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Now it's done. Woo! Cue the music.